Hi, Jon.
Hi, Robert.
Jon Corippo, and you're an educator. You used to work with Mariposa County?
Yeah, this is year 26 for me in education. I was the assistant soup of Mariposa County for about 2 years.
Hey. And
Sorry.
can you tell me a little bit about what you worked on in those 2 years?
Yeah, when I got there, one of the big things that was going on was technology. How do we get the internet in our classrooms, and what are we going to do with student devices? So worked real hard with Marlena Hebern, and we went successfully updated all of our Wi-Fi systems. There was a point where when one of our Wi-Fi systems would go down, somebody would have to literally drive from the county office in Mariposa all the way to Lake Don Pedro, which is like a 3-hour drive, to do something that took 5 minutes. So we hugely increased the Wi-Fi capacity and made it all that we could do the work remotely, which extended our capacity to take care of the infrastructure. We went with one-to-one programs in several of the 7th and 8th grade classrooms where kids got iPads. We rolled out about 50% of the high school with Chromebooks because we felt like that we weren't ready to go full one-to-one, and we didn't want to spend that much money right from the get-go, so we wanted to kind of phase that in. We actually got recognized by the White House as one of the first 100 future-ready school districts in the nation because of that kind of work where we were rapidly closing
I remember
the gaps.
that.
Yeah, so that was a pretty cool honor of that time when I worked there.
So you kind of set the groundwork, put the plumbing in place for
Like if you were building a house, we were doing the part which you would call working in the dirt, right? We didn't get to do the cabinets, but we got that plumbing in, we got the foundations in, we got that rebar in, and you can't really increase the tech capacity without increasing the bandwidth.
So here we are now in a COVID environment, and you kind of set the stage where our district survived.
Well, yeah, it was part of a team effort. It wasn't just me, but I feel like I made a few decisions that helped bring some clarity based on my experience from Fresno County office and from working in Chronicle Unified, where we had a really large one-to-one program that was one of the first in the whole Central Valley region. So I had definitely seen some of those issues ahead of time, and I was able to help folks be confident in the change that we were making.
So I have 2 quick questions. What are you doing now?
What I'm doing right now is I'm serving as a consultant. I'm working with districts from all the way from Buffalo, New York, through the Los Angeles area. The 3 large districts that I'm contracted with this year, they have about 45,000 students altogether. So we're getting ready for next year right now because it's April, almost May, so we're lining up next year. But basically I go around and I visit classrooms. Robert, how many classrooms do you think I've guest taught in this year? Throw out a number.
20.
150.
150.
TK all the way through high school. Basically what I do for a lot of districts is I go and I do the thing with the kids in the room, and I let the teacher and the administrators see what that kind of different pedagogical approach of truly blending pedagogy with ed tech, and it's amazing to see the difference. Like literally I've had multiple teachers' aides crying in the classroom because their student that they work with, that's a special ed student, is for the first time ever actually working, and some cases come in 2nd or 3rd or 4th in the scores, and they're watching this kid transform right in front of them. So that's the kind of work I'm doing now.
All right. And where do you think all this is going with this COVID remote learning process?
Well, the COVID thing, I think I said this last time, there used to be 2 groups. There was the group that they're regular, I go to school every day just like a regular kid. And then there was the independent study group. Those are the kids who said, hey, I need a different schedule because of sports or because of my family beliefs or whatever. I think there's a 3rd lane now that's opening up where more and more families are saying, could we go to school 2 days a week and then do some of this remotely? So I'm seeing more and more of that developing. I'm not a big fan of the phrase learning loss because I think that's really gaslighting the hard work that teachers did over the last 2 years. There was a lot of good work going on. And remember, I just visited how many classrooms this year? 155. Yeah, some skills are a little rusty, but I'm going to tell you, the kids I've worked with have been great. They're ready to learn. They're excited. And when you show them how learning can be fun and good work, they're really ready for it. So I like some of the side effects of COVID because education has had to back up and say what things are the most critical. And the one thing we're talking about more than ever in school now is student mental health. How do we treat the child as a whole person instead of just a test score? And I think that's a really good conversation to have.
Well, there seems to be a bigger issue here for me, looking at it from the outside. There seems to have been a disconnect between the real world and the education world.
Yeah.
And getting young people into mode to deal with the technology that's out there, that's driving our life, our culture, our industry, our businesses.
No, the kids are fine with Amazon and Poshmark. They understand how to work in our economy. The part we need to do is show them how to do better academic work with technology. That's the missing piece.
Yeah.
You take any 10-year-old, they will tell you where to find the best deals with the best discounts on Poshmark or Amazon. They've already got that part down. What we've got to do is some of those other skills like high quality writing, high quality research, advanced math that you're never going to get from just kind of pooping around on the internet.
Oh.
And that's where the opportunity is. The kids are fine with the technology. That's not the problem. But adding the academics to the instincts that they have with the technology, that's the sweet spot. And I think that COVID really exposed that gap in a lot of ways because kids were able to go to the bathroom whenever they wanted for the last 2 years, Robert. Think about that. They could stop class and head over to the fridge for a snack and have a little string cheese whenever they wanted. And now you put them back in a classroom and they're like, wow, this isn't what I remembered. And so education is seeing that as kids not being prepared for school. I like to think of it as kids who know the difference. Like for any of your viewers, imagine that I put you in a freshman 1 college class right now or high school class. Would you be intimidated? No. You got a Visa card, you got a car, you got a job, you can walk out and be self-sufficient whenever you want. That leverage point is different than it's ever been because kids are like, wait, I used to like to go to Costco with mom every Thursday in the morning after my math class. And when you take that away, people go, wow, this is different than what I'm used to. And so I think what we're really looking at is kids who are more sophisticated in their worldview than kids who just assume that you have to get up and go to school 5 days a week. And education wants to classify that as not school ready. I would say the opposite. I would say the kids know there's a difference between school and what they normally get.
John, I know that you're running tight on time today. I have more questions. The more you talk, the more questions I have. I'd like to do this again sometime.
Anytime.
Soon.
I even bought lunch today, so even with me buying lunch, I don't mind hanging out with you.
Have a great day, John.
Thanks. Thanks for a chance to share.